So I'm working on getting my dominoes laid out here. And I like to go at least every 12 inches. So I started at 6 inches from one end and then went a foot every way. And I'll mark those all the way across. And then we'll cut that with the dominoes. So I've got it all dry fitted together. Just put it together with no glue just to make sure it comes together nice. Looks like it's going to be pretty good. It's nice and flat. It's not going to take much to clean it up. So now I got to pop it back apart, put glue in it, clamp it, and then it'll sit overnight. Okay, now we got to hurry right along and get this glued up. We got them all coming together good. The clamps will do the rest of the work. Well, good morning. So we're ready to unclamp the countertop glue up. Just get ready to pull the clamps off now. Then we'll start sanding it and we'll get the epoxy put on today, and that'll be it for this project today. Okay, so I use West Systems epoxy. This is their special clear. And you can mix color with this. It's got to be mixed for at least 30 seconds up to a minute. You got about 20 minutes of working time. Pretty good stuff. I have yet to have a batch go bad because they have this pump system that measures it out for you. Super easy. You got to work kind of fast because if you mix too much at once, it'll get pretty hot and then it'll be bad. That's the only reason I've had a batch go bad, is I got a little too aggressive and it cracked on me. So I need to get the dust off of this real quick before I put this on. Now just dust it with a paper towel. It'll be good enough for what I'm doing here. I don't get too much dirt, sawdust, particles, whatever in the epoxy, so I just have to sand it out anyways. So as you can see, there's a little bit of dirt there, a little bit of sawdust left behind. So we'll just pour this on here, and it don't look like it's going to be enough, but it will be. We'll squeegee that out. I just want a real thin coat. See that color pop. Sure, work it down to these little knots that I got. I kind of developed this system on my own a little bit. I watch a little bit of YouTube as well, but some guys do this just to stabilize, but I kind of come up with it just to make it. So, especially if you got an open grain wood, it kind of helps your finish a little bit more, especially on a big piece. It's going to be kind of a show piece. And this is also going to be a functional piece too, so it really needs to be somewhat durable. I always tell people, you know, it's wood. It's not plastic. It's not a Formica countertop. It's wood. But the nice thing with the finish that I use is it's completely repairable. That's one of the reasons I went to this finish. The Rubio that I'm going to use. It's kind of a nice little selling point to a customer. Either I can come fix it for them, or you know, if they're local, so they can get some of the product and work on it themselves. Trying to get all the edges here, all the way out to the edge. I don't care too much about the edges themselves. If we got enough left, I'll get a paintbrush out and coat them too real light. This front edge here, I'll do it by hand. I gotta put a small curve on it, soften it up a little bit so I don't have that hard front face. Make it a little more appealing. These bigger pieces in my little small shop are a little more challenging than most of my projects. My shop size is kind of the dictator to how big of a project I could take on. This isn't quite the biggest, but it's pretty close. Much bigger than this, and it gets a little difficult. Plus I have a whole product line on my website to try to maintain, so I can't be away from making product and filling orders for too long, because that's honestly how I make my money. So it's a balancing act for sure. So anybody out there thinking about going full-time themselves, it's not a cakewalk. But I think your success lies in your passion for the work. If you've got passion for it, then you'll do well at it. You just can't expect success completely overnight, because quite frankly that just doesn't happen. Now you can see this starting to soak into them open spots there. Just trying to get it as smooth as I can, because that'll mean less sanding for me. You know, the majority of this will probably get sanded off, but whatever soaks in will be there forever. My glue joints were pretty tight, but there's always minuscule little gaps that people really won't see, but they're there. And if you got something like this that's going to be exposed to some sort of moisture or food or whatever, you don't want that getting trapped down in those cracks, because it will happen over time. Dust gets stuck, you know. That was looking pretty good. Just scrape these drips off the side here. This is all going to be pretty much done. I don't want to get too much on this front edge, because I got to hand plane that back off, and epoxy is pretty hard. About halfway through my working time. Gotta go over it with the torch yet. You can do this with a heat gun as well. Got one. This is not super important. It's not like I'm trying to get a glass finish here. I do like to get the majority of it popped. don't want to stay on it too long, you'll catch it on fire. So you gotta keep moving. Fire is not something I really want to try in my wood shop, so. It's coming along here very nicely. Digging this color. Pretty well captures most of the colors in walnut. Not too much red in this though. It's a nice caramel color. That's it for that. We just let that set.